Smith Tech.
Buying a TV can be a huge deal. A TV is something that you keep for a long time. But sometimes when television shopping, you find these phrases like 1080p, 4K, HDR. What does all of that mean and what's the difference? For whatever budget you have, you want the best quality TV that you can get for the money that you're willing to pay. This video was for you. First things first, there's some things that you have to understand when thinking about buying a TV. The first of which is resolution. Resolution is basically the number of pixels that you have on your screen. Now, when we talk about pixels, if you walk up to a TV, you'll notice something. You'll notice there's a bunch of squares that make up the picture of your television. So the amount of squares that are on your TV make up your resolution. And of course, the more pixels that you have on your screen, it makes your picture clear. What you're gonna notice when you walk up to a TV, you'll notice that the picture gets blurry. You can try this. So with 1080p, as you get closer, it does get blurrier. But with 4K, because there's more pixels packed in, as you get closer, it's not as blurry. And because of that, this is gonna be my recommendation between 1080p and 4K. If you wanna do 4K TV, I would recommend that you do 55 inches and above. If you're gonna do below 55 inches, you're gonna do great with 1080p. And the reason for that is this, that under 55 inches, because the pixels are packed in so much, you can't tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. You know, an interesting way you can see this is with your smartphone. You can film something on your smartphone in your camera, and it looks great on the phone. But then in turn, when you go and put that on a big screen TV, it doesn't look as good because those pixels are stretched out way more. And so you can see all the imperfections that are in that video. So on a smaller screen, it kind of hides the imperfections. It can make it look better than what it actually really is. And this is rarely where 4K starts to shine, because on those 4K TVs, when you go above 55, 65, 75, 85, when you get closer to the picture, it still stays clear. So here's something that really bugs people who buy TVs. So you buy a TV and you go into the store and it's all shows all these beautiful scenes. And then you get it at home and you plug in your cable box and it doesn't look that good. And that's because what's coming over your cable box is not in 1080p resolution or 4K resolution. It's at 720p. And basically your box up converts it to 1080p, but it's not true 1080p. So when you're watching your TV, it can come off a little blurry. Now on the flip side of that, what I would recommend if you're going to put this to the test and see how well your resolution on your TV does, go with streaming Netflix, Amazon. Blu-ray by far is the king. Blu-ray is the best. If you want to put your TV set to the test, pop a Blu-ray in and you can see what your TV really is capable of doing. So one of the phrases that you're going to hear when picking out a TV is HDR, which is high dynamic range. Now, HDR only becomes a factor if you've decided that you're going to do a 4K TV. And that's important, but in my opinion, HDR is more important than the 4K resolution. Why? Well, HDR, the high dynamic range, basically allows your TV to get really bright and get really dark. So it affects your contrast. Your contrast is the difference between the whites and the blacks of your TV. So an important factor with your contrast and how bright the whites can get and how dark the blacks can get is that affects how well your TV can accurately replicate the colors. As we know, color on TV and color on real life, that's two different things. But what the HDR in effect does is allows your TV to replicate more colors than a non-HDR TV can replicate, and that's a big deal. So if you have a TV that has 4K, it's getting clear, it has more pixels. Then you add the HDR, it can replicate the colors better. That's a winning combination right there. And that's why HDR is so important. So when you're looking at TVs, you want to make sure it has the badging that says Ultra HD Premium. And what that means is that there's a standard for what's acceptable in HDR, because some HDR TVs don't get bright enough to truly show you that difference. So when you see that Ultra HD Premium badge on it, what that means is that this TV gets bright enough to truly do real HDR. So you're going to buy a TV. Where should you start? First thing you should do is don't go to the store. Hold on. Let me say that in case you missed it. Don't go to the store. Don't go to Best Buy, don't go to Target, don't go to Walmart, don't go to any of the stores. Your research for TV should actually begin online. You can type in Google, Best TV 2017, and there's websites that the experts have done the research. I can assure you on this channel, there are far too many televisions that cost way too much money that I'm going to review every single one. I might surprise you one day and it'll be like some incredible TV, but yeah, I'm not the one. So go online and type that in. Now, the good thing about these lists that you can look up about best TV for whatever year you may be watching this video is that they'll give you best budget TV, best picture TV, best TV with the most features. And so usually you can find a TV within your budget. Now, for some people, the way a TV looks matters. So what I say is you start your research online, and then from the TVs that you seem to like, then go see it on person, see if that's gonna fit with the space that you're wanting to go with, or the decor, or however you pick out a television. And that's how you buy a TV. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that you took the time to watch my videos. So until next time, I'm out.